नमस्ते दोस्तों। आज हमारे साथ है मिस वृंदा गुप्ता। शी हैज़ अ लॉट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस इन द टेक इंडस्ट्री. She has done internship at LinkedIn, worked as a software developer at Microsoft, and also currently working as a software developer in Google. Right? I believe these words are good enough to already tell you about her credibility. Right? So I won't waste much of your time, and let's just begin with the podcast. Ma'am, the mic is all open. Anything that you would like to say about yourself?
Growth, consistency, idea, reality. It all begins at one point. Here. Want to know how the industry works or how to build yourself? Learn from experienced people from the industry. Subscribe to know more.
Hi everybody. First of all, thank you so much, Manish, for calling me to your channel. It's a very great opportunity. It's a very good platform, and I would really tell students to follow this channel since he's making really good content, and his vision is also very good. So, about me, I would like to say that I have a lot of other things to share. Like I also have a YouTube channel. I also make content and I have my LinkedIn profile also. So if any of you after this podcast also, if you feel that okay, we have some doubt or we need to network or we need some help, you can always reach out to me. Like Manish will drop the credentials in
Yeah,
the
sure.
description.
I'll just mention the LinkedIn profile here on the top of our videos, so you can just just go through it. Right. So let's just begin with the podcast without wasting any time now. Right, because we don't need to keep the intro very long because there is a lot of content that we need to share. Right.
Yeah.
बहुत कुछ सीखने मिलेगा जो भी व्यूअर्स अभी हैं हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए. You will get a lot of industry insights and personal exposure, मतलब personal experience जो भी मैम अपना शेयर करेंगी. Right, like how she actually grew from a tier 3 or tier 2 college to Google. Right, so that's the amazing journey, and most of the students are actually targeting that. Right, so all right. So what is your story, ma'am? How has your journey been starting from first year to this point in your life?
So my college was a tier 3 college, obviously, and we did not have much exposure, and it was in a village kind of a setting. So there was no resources, nothing. So I used to I used to just try new sources and try new things and
Right.
whatever I would there were multiple things I did and they did not work out. It used to go a lot of time. I learned ML, I learned, then I learned Django. So all of that did not work. Then I used to do competitive coding. So there also I was I just used to copy the answers because all our mates were of similar IQ. Nobody was able to do the question. We used to see the answer, copy it, and then just move forward. So that was what was helping. But eventually I found a way. I talked to more people, more experienced people, my seniors. Then I finally carved a way out, and that led me to where I am.
Right, that's really great to hear your story. But it would be great as in if you could just get little bit in depth about how you actually started learning these particular softwares and tools, right? So that actually students can get the insights about it.
So basically, I think everybody should start with language. So I knew Java previously only.
Right.
Many people have doubts which language to choose, which to code. So you can choose any language. Doesn't matter. Interviewer will ask you about a particular. They want the solution to the not the. And if you learn one language, it's easier to learn others also.
Right.
Learn only. So first of all, you should start with something. And I would say that you should practice explore more. Doing DSA, doing competitive coding, participating in different events, trying open source, learning some new technologies like AI, cloud computing, any backend, whichever you have interest in. Explore.
Right, that's a really great insight overall. You have also done an internship at LinkedIn, right? So, how was your interview experience at LinkedIn, right? Like any insights that you would like to share that students could actually focus upon to go to the right path?
Yeah, so obviously everybody is very nervous during their during their first interview, and it was same for me too. But luckily, my interview was very good. There were I had one online coding round in which there were 4 questions, and I solved three of them. So they were like increasing difficulty. Like first one was easy, then medium, then it was medium hard, and then the last question was hard. So I solved three of them, and I got an interview call after that. And I had one technical interview and one like HR kind of interview, which was taken by a manager, under which I had to do my internship.
Right.
And that was it. Like in the HR interview, I was asked more about my projects, what all I work on.
Right. So, how did you actually grab that opportunity? As in any platform that you referred to, or did you outreach to someone for the particular opportunity?
So for that, like my key is that you have to build your brand. That's very important. You have to put yourself out. So what I used to, whatever things I used to try, whether it's working or not working, I used to put it on LinkedIn. Like if I'm participating in some like hackathon, or I'm making a project, or I'm attending a certification course, a 1 hour workshop. I used to put all of that on LinkedIn that I am doing this, and eventually it built my brand and my profile's visibility increased. Because of that, recruiters reached out to me itself.
Oh, that's a really great thing. As in, students actually don't initially understand the importance what actually a personal brand can have, right? It can actually help you in a lot many ways, right? This is one of it. Recruiters seeing your profile because you already have a good presence, right? Yeah, so that's a really great thing. A really great takeaway from this particular answer that students can just note down, right? So just start focusing on your personal brand, start posting a lot, right? Posting relevant things, not just posting any random thing. Posting relevant thing that is specific to your profile, right? Which can add some value to your profile, right? Okay, so let's just move to the Microsoft job experience or the Microsoft interview experience, right? So you joined Microsoft earlier, right? So how was that interview experience and the job experience as well? A basic about it.
So I need to repeat.
Right. I'm saying that you earlier worked at Microsoft, right? I'm audible to you, like perfectly audible, right?
Yeah.
So earlier you worked at Microsoft, right? So how was the interview experience at Microsoft when you just applied for it, right? And a brief about the job experience as well.
Sure. So, like there is an engage program, which happens every year, and it happens for both like second year students and third year students.
Right.
So for second year, it's for internships, and third year it's job opportunity. So I also applied in the same, and then like there was one coding round there also, and I solved that. I think there were two questions, and both were like medium hard kind of level. So I solved them. Then there was a like proper 3 weeks program in which we have to build an app or a website, and like there was a mentor assigned to us,
Right.
and they ask us what we make. After 3 weeks, we have to make a video of it and explain what all we made. The mentor also asked us that okay, which technology we used, or we have to explain so that we don't copy from anywhere. Then once that was done, all the people selected, but then have to go through interviews. So I had like 4 rounds of interviews, and 3 were technical, and
Right.
one was HR round. But that HR round was also technical. That I was asked about maybe OOPS or
Right.
OOPS or these type of questions.
Right. So that's a good enough overview. Students could how okay. So this Microsoft Engagement program is still live, as in like Microsoft conduct these kind of programs are now as well.
Right.
Right. So students could actually explore the particular opportunity to actually, if they want to land some internship or a good job at Microsoft itself, then they should actually explore these kind of programs, right? So any other programs that you feel like that can have some value and help students in getting the opportunity similar to this one, right? So anything from your knowledge that you have experienced.
So like to increase your visibility, you can also participate. So Microsoft has, GitHub has that, and many other companies also have that. So that basically helps you in building your own brand in your college also. You can conduct sessions that will increase your knowledge also. Plus, there are free software also what you do. So those are good opportunities. Next thing is you can participate in various hackathons. And who like wins in these hackathons also are given internship opportunity, job opportunity. We can just go and search for them.
Right.
So that-
Yeah, Unstop is a very good platform if someone actually wants to explore the competition that are happening, India wide or worldwide even. Right. So there are a lot of opportunities that are posted on Unstop itself. So students who are actually watching this video, you can explore Unstop, create your profile, and just search for good opportunities over there. Most of the major companies are posting opportunities at that platform. Right. So that is one takeaway as well, and a really great answer, ma'am. I really appreciate this thing. Right. All right. So you earlier you have also contributed into open source, right? And you manage DSA as well at the same time. So how were you actually able to do it simultaneously? Both the things at one time.
so like I would say that first of all you should take out time every day. You are
Right.
serious, because now the competition is a lot. So you have to like be serious about it, and you have to take out like 1 to 2 hours at least daily. So like in the weekdays, 1 to 2 hours is enough. So in that I used to code majorly. And open source is also more of like once you learn any technology. For example, I learned Django. So in after that I can contribute to Django projects. So that I used to work majorly on weekends because coding also becomes boring after some point. And
Right.
initially you need a lot of like learning and all. Once you are done, you like do 2 or 3 questions daily for half of hour. That's enough. The rest time you can contribute to learning or doing some open source.
Right. Okay. So okay, that's a fair enough overview about the whole thing, and yeah, perfect answer as well. So all right. So you were already working at Microsoft earlier. So then you reached Google, right? So like anything specific that you were looking for when you just tried to switch to Google.
So I would say for me the motivation was the kind of work I wanted to do. So in Microsoft, my profile I was not liking. I never wanted to do that. But being a fresh, I didn't know about it. Plus, I did not have an option. But once I went into that industry, I worked for like 1.5 years. Then I wanted to switch for the work I like.
Right. Okay. 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 So how was your interview experience at Google? Like anything that actually felt like a challenge while you were appearing for the interview. Anything that you would like to mention about it?
Yeah, so obviously the questions level of Google is very tough. Like it's not easy problem. Plus, you'll never find a problem which you've seen before. They have their own database. They have their own problems designed.
Right.
Plus, policy that you cannot leak those questions. So those are completely new questions. Plus, of a higher difficulty. And they have a lot of. And it's like you have to perform good in majorly all of the rounds. That's one challenge preparing. You don't get much previously asked questions, those resources for Google. So
Right.
that all was challenging.
Right. So, if you were asked to reach the same spot in your life, right, whatever you have achieved right now at this point of time, with zero knowledge and zero skill set, right? So, how would you actually do it now?
So like few things which I think I did great was like networking, building your own brand, and like putting out time in the correct at the correct like talking to the correct people so that they can guide you in the correct line. Like I was randomly trying out stuff and which wasted a lot of time. Like till my third year, uh, like 2.5 years, I was not even sure. Like whatever I did, all was waste. After my like in the last before my LinkedIn internship, only 1 or 2 months ago, only I had started going in the right direction. So that I would say that from the first year itself, making good connections, and that's very important to explore in the first year and
Right.
then trying to like, understand that okay, this is the way.
Right.
The way to reach out to recruiters, all of that.
Right. All right. So, how can a student from Tier 3 college, like at today's scenario, right? How can a student from Tier 3 college reach such superior positions, right? So, what could be the roadmap that you could actually suggest them?
So I would say that many people have the skills to get the opportunity. That's a very big problem. People prepare, they're smart, they can work, but they don't get the opportunity. So getting opportunities, same thing comes to mind that first of all you need networking. You need to build your own brand. You need to apply as many jobs as possible because like I have seen this that for example you apply today to 10 jobs and you are not receiving any response, which is very normal. Your data is fed in their system. So maybe there will be some time when there is an opening and they will contact you themselves when because they have your resume and your data in their data. So applying is also very important even if you're not receiving any response.
Right. All right. So that's a fair enough takeaway for the students as well, right? Just start applying and just learn how to actually network, right? How to actually send good connections, how to make good connections, how to send good connection requests, how to actually outreach to people, right? So these are some skills that everyone should actually start focusing on from the first year itself. Enhance your communication, focus on that more because that's how you represent yourself. You will have the skill set, you'll have everything, but if you won't actually have the right way to actually represent yourself, then it has no meaning overall, right? You should actually know how to talk about yourself, right? So that's a fair enough takeaway. All right, so ma'am, how AI is changing the whole tech industry, and right, how AI is actually influencing your job as well, right? And what could be the future perspective of AI?
So that I feel that a lot of people are thinking that AI will eat their jobs. So I majorly think that obviously jobs will reduce, but more jobs will also come up, and it will be more like the type of jobs will change. Like earlier jobs were more like okay, if you are just copy pasting stuff, or you are doing repetitive coding, or you are maybe making docs and presentations and all of that. In that, a lot of time was wasted. Now, if your job is still repetitive, then obviously AI will take over it. But if it is not like that, if you are using your brain to use AI for your leverage or
Right.
to be fast in your job or to have a good outcome, then your job is not going anywhere. I think that's a very important skill to learn.
Right.
How to say it.
Right. And it's more of actually utilizing AI to save your time and increase the precision of your work, right? So
Yeah.
that's the motive. And the thing is that if students could actually upgrade themselves with the knowledge of AI platforms themselves, right? So they'll have an edge over the other students who are currently like in the same batch, right? Because most of the students are not taking it seriously, like till this point even, right? And then most of them are not updated. That 1-2% or 5% students who are actually investing their time in knowing about these platforms, they'll definitely have an edge, right?
Yeah.
So there are certain websites which can give you a whole list of multiple AI tools like those tools which are performing a specific job, right? For example, subtitles creation or something like that. So like that might be different what you're looking for, but there are platforms that you need to explore which can give you a whole list of AI tools, right? Which you can utilize for a specific job. So definitely students should actually just try to explore these things more along with the education as well, because you just need to build that side skill, the hustle for yourself, right? Okay, so all right. So any programs that are conducted every year by companies like Google, Microsoft, and there are many more companies who conduct such programs which students could actually utilize for networking, and as well as for building a genuine connection so that they could land a good opportunity. Might be internship, might be the job, right? By showcasing their skills. So any of the programs that you would like to mention about from your experience?
So as I mentioned, there are ambassador programs also, and for that also there are events where they call all the ambassadors to, like in COVID, it was not there. I have never, but there are events in which they call their ambassadors to an event, and there you can network a lot of people.
Hmm.
Secondly, there are open source programs like there is one GSOC, Google Summer Code, very famous. And there are there are scholarship programs also for students. Like there is one GHC Grasshopper celebration for like minority or something like that, or for women also.
Right.
So there are, like, you can search about it. There are a lot of programs depending upon you want to participate in hackathon or open source or you want to network in. You can,
Right. So, what's the right approach to utilize the opportunity, the network specifically, right? What's the right way to actually utilize the network to gain the right opportunities for yourself, right? There might be some trends that you could have observed that how actually people are doing this thing. how people are reaching out to the experienced people. So any insights on this?
So basically, like I also receive a lot of DMs. It's not possible for a human, for a working professional to go through all the or to find where it's not possible. So a lot of it matters, like how is your feedback, how is your, what is the way that you are approaching the person. So like some people are just like they just message on LinkedIn like, hi, how are you doing? Or this is not the, that is not some chatting platform, or somebody will not reply, yeah, yeah, okay, I'm fine. This is not how it works. You should be a little professional. Second
Professional,
thing,
right?
yeah. Second thing is you should not write like long messages.
Hmm.
People write 2-3 paragraphs about, yeah, I am this, I've done this, I've done this. Your profile should reflect whatever you have done,
Right.
and your motive should be reflected in just 1, 2, 3 lines or one paragraph.
Uh, like good enough takeaways for this from the answer itself. You know. All right. So you must have also been outreaching people earlier when you were just looking for good opportunities, right? So, like, what were the practices that you followed earlier while reaching out people? What kind of text you used to drop on LinkedIn, right? So that you could just create some impact on that particular person, right? So, any insights on this?
So, like, if you are reaching out to some recruiter, so I would prefer sending a mail to them because mails are more probable to be read rather than LinkedIn messages. Secondly, I would say that like I used to just drop a very professional message, like starting with a greeting, and then like suggest, and also how it other person. Like if whatever I am, like whatever I need, you should also benefit from it. So in that way, person is more likely to read your message, or like you should show that okay, you have some capability.
Right.
So that thing is important.
Right. So, you while you were just about to enter into the industry, you must have had some perception about the industry specifically, right? Some myths that you created in your mind. But later on, when you entered into that specific industry that you were targeting, you got to know that okay, this is not true. Like this thing is false, right? And in the similar way, what kind of perceptions do students have in their mind when they are in the college, when they are actually thinking about the tech industry, right? And what is the reality that exists in the industry? Just you can just give an overview about this thing.
So, like, first thing is like the tech industry is glorified a lot. Like, we get perks and we get these swags, these benefits. So, yeah, it's very good. You get all of those things. But those are not all the things that matter. You should basically have time for them. So, it is very important the profile which you work on. What are you learning? How you're growing? Even after cracking a company, even after getting a job, it is not easy to survive there or grow forward. You have to put in a lot of effort, and I feel that learning, and after that also investing time, being in touch with okay, what's new, upskilling yourself is very, very important.
Hmm.
Many people feel that okay, now we have got a job, now it's all done. Like there are many layoffs happening, and it's not like if you are a very good candidate, then you will not be laid off, because it's more about the company needs.
Right.
If they that product, they'll just lay you off, even if you are due for a promotion. You are very good. So you should be able to learn things and switch, so that you can later on switch between companies and use your skills can use everything.
Right.
So that is one thing. And yeah, like the work is not easy. DSA is very, very easy. People feel that okay, DSA is not what we work inside the industry.
Yeah. So, any takeaways that you would like to give to the students, like based on the college experience you had earlier, right? The college life you lived into. So, what should students actually focus upon when they're in the first year or the second year of their education, right? That you think that it is important actually to invest time into, and yeah, is that the question?
So I would say that first of all, like enjoy your college life. It's one time, and not about this builds your whole personality, perspective, and when you go to a company, only your DSA skills or you solve the question or not doesn't matter. How you are built up, what's your confidence level, what you can talk, a lot of things matters when you reach such area, because there the people are very smart.
Right.
They talk about various things, not just DSA coding, jobs. So I would say it's very important to build your overall portfolio, gain experiences, gain exposure, enroll in as many committees or clubs you can, and participate in different hackathons. Even if you know that you don't know anything, just go and try it out.
Right. Like amazing insights you have already shared. Like there is a lot of information in this podcast itself that you have already delivered till this point, right? The mic is all open now. I would just like to end the podcast with a very positive note, right? And anything at the end that you would like to mention, because everything is not possibly like getting covered in this podcast, right? So we can't probably cover everything in 40 minutes, right? So anything that you think is important to be known by the students, right? So any insights that you would like to share at the end?
Yeah, so I would say that currently students are like very freaked out because of whatever is happening.
Right.
First of all, situation will get better. You don't have to put so much stress on yourself. Just enjoy your life. Just do whatever you can. Whatever it will bring out will be good for you, and you will also land up. Like there are still many jobs available, more than before. Before there were no remote jobs, no but now we have a lot of such jobs now because of AI. Also, there are many roles.
Right.
So just explore, make good connections, and don't be scared. Just try your best, and you will land.